Man, you know it's a good day when Nick decides to upload. Okay, I'm just playing. So I have no idea what video game is in the background, but hopefully it's entertaining because I always do my voiceovers like after the fact on my phone. I just use my phone as a microphone. So I don't know what exactly I have in the background. But anyways, today's video is about life because I think life is the most important topic. And specifically how weird life is, but in a good way. Like, life is strange, but in a good way. So, I guess first and foremost, I'm really into, like, the law of attraction. I would consider myself a student of, like, the metaphysical and all that, like, stuff. But I'm not, like... The thing most people get wrong about the law of attraction is they're all like, oh yeah, just use your imagination and imagine an elephant in the room with you, and then an elephant will, but it's not like that, you know what I mean? Like, you can visualize what you want in your life, but it's gonna show up in a natural way, you know what I mean? Like, it's... Like, it requires action, you know what I mean? Like, you can visualize what you want, but it still requires action. It won't just, like, fall out of the sky. But that's besides the point. So, this is kind of... I don't know. I just thought this was an interesting idea. So, I was listening to a podcast called MFCEO by Andy Frisella. And this is probably one of my favorite podcasts, especially his earlier episodes, just because... I don't know, there's a lot of good information in his videos, you know what I mean? Well, they're not videos, they're podcasts, but there's a lot of good information in his episodes. And I started recently listening to him again. I listened to him when I was younger, but I didn't really apply the information. And now that I've come back and listened to them again, as someone who's a little bit older and as someone who's really into self-help and success and all that stuff, I find that the stuff that he's saying really is really, like, resonant and powerful. But the weird thing is, I started listening to him, and specifically I was listening to an episode 216, I think it was, with Charlie Jabaley. And in that episode, they're talking about the law of attraction and things like that, and, like, a very practical way of using it to your advantage. So I listened to that episode, I thought it was really good. And then a few days later... I was at work, so I work at a grocery store, and at the time I was a cashier, and basically, this guy came in and he was wearing an Arate shirt, and for those that don't know, Arate is a group that's run by Andy Frisella and Ed Milet, I think, and basically, to be in that group, like, you have to know those guys, you know, or you have to be someone who's got something going on, and I saw that shirt, and I was like... You know Andy Frisella? And he's like, yeah. So I started talking to this guy while I was, like, checking out his groceries, and he's like, yeah, I know Andy, and he showed me his phone, and he was, like, talking to him about cars and stuff, and I was like, dude, that is sick. Like, what are the chances of me meeting someone that knows Andy Frisella, like, literally a day or two after I started listening to his show again, you know what I mean? Like, someone who actually knows him and actually does business with him, you know? Because Andy and I live completely opposite of the United States from each other. Like, the likelihood of running into each other is so low, let alone running into somebody that knows him, you know what I mean? And, like, throughout my life, that's not the only thing where something like that has happened. Like throughout my life, there's just been so many coincidences, is what I could call them, or just, like, you know, just really, I just have, like, really good luck. Like, my mom says I am an extremely lucky person, like... If someone were to win the lottery, it would be me. Like, that amount of luck. Which, by the way, I actually did meet a lottery winner at work one time, which was kind of funny because I recognized him from a TV show called My Lottery Dream Home, and I was like, were you on HGTV? And he's like, yes. And I was like, bruh. I just think it's kind of funny that, like, I always joke with my mom. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be the type of person to win the lottery. Or my mom will say, you're so lucky, you'll probably win the lottery. You know, just things like that. And then I end up meeting a lottery winner, you know. So I do feel like as people, we're able to attract things into our life, you know. And actually, I will give you guys a book recommendation. They should really pay me for this. But The Law of Attraction by Michael Lozier. Seriously, the only book you need to read about the law of attraction. I feel like every other book is just like fluff or is, it's not practical, but The Law of Attraction by Michael Lozier is a really good book, and I would recommend you read it. It's very simple, too. And oddly enough, the only reason I even read this book was because Andy Frisella actually recommended it. So it's weird, bruh. Life really is strange how it's all connected. But yeah, it's a great book, and I would recommend it to anybody who actually wants to learn how to use the law of attraction. And I say that with quotes around it because I don't know if that's really like the name for it, but that's just how we refer to it. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this ramble type video. I had to upload something, right? But I'm curious to hear your guys' experience. Have you guys ever experienced the law of attraction in your life?